Ni hao, people who think China is collapsing. I'm Felipe Durante, a Brazilian engineer living in the south of China. I'm right now in Guangzhou, a city here close to Hong Kong, not far from Hong Kong. And I want to show you a little bit of my city because there's so many videos saying that China is collapsing, factories are closing, and people are not going out because they have no money. And as you can see, I think that's not true. Of course, some things are. For example, we have several factories closing due to the tariff war started by the United States last month, especially those factories that are mostly producing for the United States market, like Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Under Armour. All those brands produce shoes not far from here, the city of Dongguan, around 2 hours from where I'm living now. And yeah, many of those factories are closing, but it's not because of China, it's because of the United States. And actually tomorrow, the US and China, we have a meeting in Switzerland because the US asked for it. As China is losing, yeah, but the United States will lose more on this war. There's no way China will just bend the knee and accept whatever Trump is throwing to China. And you can see there's even lines for the restaurants here. Oh, let me show you something. Oh no, I have to show from the other side. Soon here in China, we'll have those drones for transporting people around the city. For now, this company and another company, they got the authorization by the government to fly, but it's still not working. I think it will be by the end of the year, around September or October. The drone is completely autonomous. There is no controls there, so or will be an external driver. Someone will drive the drone from outside, or will be just like the autonomous cars. It will be an autonomous drone. Here we have one, and have another one there. And this brand, they also make those kind of bikes. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We are kind of living in the future here in China. What do they have here? Those are big cars. It's Volvo. Yeah, because now Volvo is a Chinese brand. Yeah, those two big cars are Volvo. Volvo was bought by a Chinese brand, I think last year, 2 years ago. I'm not sure. But anyway, getting back to the tariffs conversation. I heard about a lot of factories closing. And another thing is some factories are just moving to Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. Around 50% of the factories in Cambodia are already Chinese because of the tariffs the United States is imposing on China for many, many years. And because the labor cost in those countries is way cheaper than China. China is not a place for cheap labor and wasn't before. If you think if you think the factories are in China because of cheap labor, why they're not in Africa? That would be way cheaper than China. And last week, the Canton Fair, the biggest business fair in the world, ended. The organizers said that was a record of foreigners joining the fair. Was almost 300,000 foreigners, mainly for countries connected to the Belt and Road Initiative. So not so many Americans, but people from different countries that are not usually, they don't usually come to China. And here you can see the Canton Tower. That's the Canton Tower. Because when the Portuguese arrived here in China 500 years ago, they named this place Canton in Portuguese, and then in English is Canton, and in Chinese is Guangzhou. So yeah, the tariff war, it is bad for China, but will be worse from the United States. The big ports in the US, like Los Angeles and Seattle, are empty. And Trump doesn't really care about the jobs. Those companies are losing. Trump doesn't care about the small business that are losing a lot of business through Amazon or whatever platform they are selling. He doesn't care. It's a very weird strategy because the United States is losing a lot of money and people are losing jobs. And that's the I'm not sure which is his position, if he's the manager of the LA port or something like that. He said if this war doesn't stop soon, Americans will not have materials, the things that they need to buy for school for the kids for the next school year. That's why this war has to stop soon. Otherwise, you guys in the United States who are watching this video will not have a lot of things soon in the supermarkets or Amazon or whatever. Or you have to pay 145% tariffs on it. Unless, of course, they slash those tariffs to 50%, as Trump said. That's the plan to do tomorrow in Switzerland. And it's not only school items that will be missing in the United States soon. It's toilet papers, American flags, MAGA hats, antibiotics, because the raw material is made in China. So there's so many things that soon will be missing on the shelves of the United States that is even hard to mention because it's too many. And the problem is, even if the tariff war stops tomorrow, will take around 3 weeks, 4 weeks for those products to start to arrive in the United States, if the warehouses are full still in China, because they still have to produce it, pack it, put in containers, and then send it to the United States. We are talking about like 40 days. And here is the Huacheng Guangcheng, is the main square in Guangzhou. That's the Canton Tower, the stadium that they use for shows. And you can see all the lights of the city. Yeah, it's a big square. It's 1 kilometer longer in the middle of the city. It's a very nice place for a walk and running. And you can see it's full of people. Soon, it's 7:30. So soon we'll see more and more people arriving because they're having dinner right now. And yeah, so no, China is not that bad as those China haters are saying. And especially because they're not in China. Most of them, they're just getting informed by the news, like media, Western media, that everybody knows is not very, very friendly when they're talking about China. So it's too easy say that China is really, really bad when they're not really here. I am here. I've been living in China for 6 years. I am an engineer working with factories. So that's what I say, that yeah, some factories are closing, but it's not the whole country. The situation is not so bad. People are not desperate, running for food or whatever, like this South African guy was saying, there are thieves everywhere. That's not true. That's not true. You can leave your things unattended anywhere you want, and then you'll be fine, like nothing will happen. But no, the situation in China is not bad as they say it is. And honestly, that's one of the best things about China, the safety. I'm from Brazil, a very unsafe country, and here is totally fine. You can find people walking and running in this square at 1 a.m. And there's no police around. You cannot see any police around. Even if you can find a policeman, they have no guns, no weapons at all. Sometimes they have pepper spray, and that's it, handcuffs, maybe, and some way to contain the person if there's an issue. But besides that, nobody really cares. Everything is fine in China. What they're doing here? I think they're going to sing a song or what? Ah, no, this is for photos. Oh, the guy takes photo there, and then you can see here on the iPad the photo, and then probably he can print inside his backpack, I guess. I don't know. And we have, close to the river, a lot of people singing and playing and eating and doing picnics, because today the weather is nice. It's 20-something degrees, it's not so bad. 20-something degrees Celsius, I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, so if you are from the United States, Google it, because I don't know how to do this math. The weather is nice. Summer here is crazy hot and humid. Today is around 90% humidity, but the temperature is fine, so it's not so bad. And you can see all these people, tourists. Those guys are tourists, old people that comes to Guangzhou to visit the city. This city has over 2,000 years. They started doing business over 2,000 years. There's a mosque here in Guangzhou that's 1,300 years old. That's how old China is. And I don't know if you can hear, but there's a guy singing somewhere over there. Let's go here to the other side of the park. Let me show you here. And I see a lot of... Now we can see some police, maybe? I don't know. These guys are police, but they're not really busy. I see kids and families and all the kinds of people just wandering around. Sometimes they have drone shows flying from here, but I never know they schedule. I never know when they do it. I saw a couple weeks ago they were installing the drones on the ground, but then I didn't see anything. I didn't see the drones flying. Oh, there was a coffee fair. Oh, wait, I cannot go here. They're taking a photo. There was a coffee fair over there last week. Here we have a Nissan store. Yeah, see, China's collapsing, right? Like the guys from China Uncensored saying that the situation in China is very bad. Right? I don't think so. Doesn't look like to me. What do you think? They think China's situation is bad? All these people here just enjoying the night and taking photos to post on Xiaohongshu, the Chinese social media. Let's go to the river. In Brazil, we used to say that that's the China they don't want you to see. That's the China they don't want you to know that exists. They want you to think that China is still poor villages, people making like $1 per day and living in poverty. And it's not true for many years already. Every time someone like me do videos on the streets, I have a Portuguese channel for over 5 years. Every time we do something like that, they say we are paid by the Communist Party of China. And I wish I was, but I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm just doing the videos here because I like it. I've been doing that for many years. And I think it's important to show the real life in China. Yeah, there is, of course, villages, there is still poor people in China. They didn't eliminate the poverty in the country. But the point is, it's not like that anymore. The whole country is not like that anymore. China is becoming a rich country. And you can see those cities. It's insane. Like, it's not like anything you can find in the United States. And it's interesting because in 2021 I opened a factory, a Chinese factory in the north of Georgia. And on my way back to China, I spent 3 days in LA. And my American colleagues, they were afraid because I booked a hotel in downtown LA. And they said, oh, that's not safe. I'm from Brazil, so downtown LA was okay for me. But they were scared. And you will not see this kind of behavior anywhere in China. You can go to Beijing, Shanghai, Chongqing, Hangzhou, Shenzhen. No one will tell you, don't go to this area because this is unsafe. Because there's not areas like that. We don't have those kind of areas. Those unsafe areas that, even the police doesn't go there like we have in Brazil. And I know that in the United States, some cities are like that. And Europe now has some places like this. And China, it just doesn't exist. And here we have one of the harbors that is a small harbor. People get on those kind of boats. I don't know if you know the name of this boat, please tell me, because I have no idea how to call this boat in English. And they have dinners, there's bars, or they just do a cruise, a short cruise over the Pearl River. This is the Pearl River. And you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats. It's crazy. I never saw so many boats here at once. And I see these people are very, very worried about the tariffs, right? Everyone is so scared about Trump tariffs. Oh, the level of the river is low today. Last time I was here, the river was almost in these steps. Now it's way, way down. That's the Canton Tower. And people come here, they stay, they come here for eating and just singing songs or listening something, watch the river and the boats. I can see there. And that's China. That's China. And if you go to the other big cities, as I said, like Shanghai, Shenzhen, any other big city, it will be the same. It will be the same. And now that China opened the country for many other countries to come without a visa, there's so many people coming here and making videos like me. I decided to do some videos in English to reach a broader audience because, as I said, most of my videos are in Portuguese. But I'm not the only one just showing the things. Like, it's crazy. For us, living here is crazy. I'm sure. I used to live here in 2019. Then I moved to different cities, different provinces. Those buildings were not here 6 years ago. Many of those buildings were not here 6 years ago. Okay, now we have to find something to eat because I'm already hungry. It's been a while already. Wait, there's a man running here. That's a nice view of the city. Yeah, this is Guangzhou, the biggest city in the south of China, where around 17 million people are living. That's Guangzhou. As I said, that's the China they don't want you to see. So let me know in the comments what you think about China, what you think about my video, because the first time I do it in English, so it's not so easy as in Portuguese. I will appreciate some comments so I can improve for the next one, okay?